Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I'm doing my first tag video. I haven't, well, in a long time. I used to do tag videos all the time because there was some really interesting stuff. I haven't done one in forever. And I saw my friend leatherandjade, or otherwise known as Stephanie. And I found out about Stephanie, I think right around Christmas time, 2013. And she was one of the good things that came out of a bad friendship I had with a certain other person. And along with some other people, I really turned out to be my real friends. And Stephanie was definitely one of them. And she had a channel called They Said Rock and Roll. And I think I first found out about her channel. She did Christmas in Graceland. And then I thought that was interesting. And I think then she did like a meatloaf video or something like that. And she did... she can imitate that guy Edgar from Oddities going, "Is that a straitjacket?" You know, it's pretty interesting. But she likes horror movies like I do, and unusual like I do. And I saw she just did a video of a werewolf tag by someone named KweenyTodd's werewolf tag. But I found out of it by Stephanie's video, and I watched her video. And I'm going to go through the questions. I'm going to add 2 questions. The questions I'm going to add are, what's the most underrated werewolf movie? Which I'll probably end up answering first. And then, what's your favorite song about werewolves? And that's kind of a tie, but let's go with go down the line. I'll talk about what Steph said too. What's your favorite werewolf movie and werewolf film and why? And it was neat because she said Bad Moon. Her favorite werewolf movie. Now, that's, I think, for me, probably the most underrated werewolf movie, because it played in the theaters. It actually opened up at Mill Creek 6, I think, and it just got forgotten. It was a favorite on cable TV, and it was done in the 90s. She said it was done in the 90s. So I remember Mike Ferre, Mario Hemingway. I like the part with the dog. And the family dynamic, the dog, and also, it's a very good... well-made movie. Yeah, I mean, it played a lot on cable. I didn't see it on, because I did not see it on at the theater. I saw it on cable, and I think that's the most underrated werewolf movie because that's definitely a must-see. Now, I said, what's your favorite werewolf film and why? I'm going to go with the classic and say The Wolfman, Lon Chaney, because it was like the classic Universal werewolf movie. It really got things going for the whole genre. A lot of the classic Universal ones, and that was one of the best ones. The next question, are werewolves better than vampires? Well, first of all, that makes me think of Twilight, because it has werewolf in it. I've not seen any of the Twilight movies, nor do I want to. As far as werewolves better than vampires, I think they're about the same. The one thing, werewolves really train and inform them on, sometimes vampires just look too much like people, as opposed to like something like Nosferatu. But, I mean, I think they're about the same. Werewolves might be a little bit better because they actually transform into real monsters and stuff. You know, vampires can be, some of the vampires can be monsters, or they keep them more human-like. They just have the teeth, you know. So I'm going to say they're about the same. What's the most brutal scene you watched in a werewolf movie? And this was not, in a way, gore-related. It sounds like either like a scene that was very painful watching or just kind of grossed me out. And with a tie, I remember seeing Wolf Cop. And I remember I did a review of that, and that was around the time, real close to a week or so before my dad sadly passed away. Well, it was a few months, I think. I can't remember exactly when I reviewed that, but I remember seeing it with my dad. And I remember putting it, and I opened up a Twitter account, and then I told my dad that Wolf Cop, the Twitter account Wolf Cop, actually liked my video and complimented me on the people behind the movie, actually complimented me on my review of it. One of the most brutal things in that was there was the guy who transformed, they showed his penis transform into a werewolf penis. That was really gross. And then in American Werewolf in Paris, there's a part where they're bungee jumping, and then all of a sudden on the Eiffel Tower, and all of a sudden the guy comes up and hits his head. I went like this. That was so painful. I mean, I say that brutal just because the one thing was gross. It wasn't bloody, but it was brutal, just painful or gross. Grossed me out. And then definitely what's the best werewolf transformation you've seen? American Werewolf in London. And then you see throughout culture in the 80s and stuff, that's a Rick Baker transformation. That they use that type of transformation like the Michael Jackson Thriller video, and also in the show Manimal, just the same techniques and stuff. And that was the very first that actually made some Hollywood history, because the Academy Awards created a new category, Best Makeup. And it was the shortest category. There was only 2 nominations. The dreadful, I like Andy Kaufman, but the movie Heartbeats with him and Bernard was awful. They were all robots and stuff. That was nominated, and also American Werewolf in London. Thankfully, American Werewolf in London won. You know, that was, it made won the very first makeup category. If Heartbeats would have won, that would have been no justice. Rick Baker is a fantastic makeup artist. What's the silliest, worst werewolf movie you've seen? Probably the silliest is, well, Stephanie was picking on my movie, one of my favorite guilty pleasure movies of all time, Teen Wolf 2. And what makes it so great is, remember seeing it the night before I went in basic training. I saw it at the Village Cinema. The Village Cinema used to be a movie theater in Edinburgh, and it closed down in '97. But I remember the night before going to basic training, I was really nervous, right? And my dad and I went to Uncle Charlie's, a place that we used to go to all the time. And I remember my dad had ordered an extra curly fry. He snuck it with him, stuck it in the theater. And we saw Teen Wolf 2 the night before. I went to base training, and we were eating curly fries in the theater. And I had a great time. I really enjoyed that movie, Ed. But, I mean, as far as silliest werewolf movie, would definitely be Werewolf of Washington. That was very bad. And then worst werewolf movie I've seen probably was Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory, because it's just so boring. And some of those Paul Naschy werewolf movies are silly too, but that Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory is boring as heck. What was my first werewolf film? I don't know. I'm going to say The Wolfman, maybe. And there was a show on TV called Luca and the Wolf Boy, but I don't know if that counts. And it says, what's your favorite werewolf legend, historical tales count to? Probably the traditional poem that was said in the Wolfman. It said, even a man who is pure at heart, this is the poem right here. Even a man who is pure at heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the moon is full and bright. My favorite werewolf legend right there. And the other one I want to add is, what's my favorite werewolf song? It's a tie. And I'm going to say, I mean, most people probably don't remember Venom on their album At War with Satan did a song called Cry Wolf. Awesome song. And then the tie with that is, of course, Warren Zevon's song Werewolves of London. So I hope you like this tag I did. The first tag I've done since a long time ago. The last tag I did was WWE tag done Callan style back in July 10th, 2015. And then I think the next day I did an amendment to the WWE tag video. But it's been a long time since I've done any tags. I used to do them all the time. By then I kind of just fell out of doing that. You know what I mean? But I saw this one, I thought I would do it. So, I hope you all like this video. This is dedicated to my friend Stephanie. How you doing, Stephanie? She had a birthday not too long ago. She did a great video. She does great videos all the time. She lives in Vegas now. It's really cool. She's a very nice lady. We talk on the phone every so often. Very nice family. All around good person. We did a couple tags. We did her a tag of Rope, the movie Rope, and also the Star Wars Holiday Special. And she said she likes unusual film. You still got a high recommendation. Middle of the Stone Women, a very unusual horror film. It's still on YouTube. Very weird. I highly recommend you check it out, Steph. And I hope you like this video and tag. And if anyone else, I'll put the questions down, including the two I added. If anyone else is interested in doing this tag, please do it on your channel or something like that. It's really a cool tag if you're a fan of werewolf films like I am. I also liked Sybil Danning in Howling 2, Your Sister's a Werewolf, where went full nudity, but she was all covered in fur. That was kind of weird, though. But But I mean, topless, that was a good scene too. I did a tag about the Howling movies too. Not Halloween Howling movies. And there's some good ones and some bad ones in there too. So I hope you like this video, everybody. Until next time, please, take care of my legion. And I saw Howling 3 in the theater, and people were booing. I thought Teen Wolf 2 was much better than the Howling 3. But I saw it in the military theater, though. Alright, take care, everybody. I hope you're doing okay, Steph.